Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Garage Sale Junction. I'm Fran Asaro, and today we're going to talk about being prepared as a garage sale buyer. You know, garage sale sellers have a lot of things to do to be prepared, but as a buyer, some people think they jump in the car, they got their phone, and they're good. And for most of us, it is good. Who you're talking to right now, I was a Brownie, a Girl Scout, and a cadet, right? So over the years, I became more prepared to go out and buy. As a matter of fact, I'm putting together a whole series on how buyers and sellers get prepared for whatever they're going to do. And you may want to take a look at them. They'll be coming up shortly. And for today is just the beginning. Like if you don't need anything, but you just want to jump in the car, there are still things that you could use just to be prepared for anything. Here's the thing. I purposely left out a few things because I want to know what you bring to the table when it comes to going garage sailing. So I'm just going to tell you a few things. So the first thing you want to do is plan your route. I mean, most people do. Some people just wing it. Like when I lived in South Florida in the Fort Lauderdale area, I had those certain neighborhoods that I would go to. I never needed to look up at garage sales because there was always a massive amount of garage sales in that neighborhood or those neighborhoods. And it mostly as a secret, some of those neighborhoods, what they were I was a realtor. So there was transitional neighborhoods. They were older homes, 30, 40-year-old homes that were now being sold by their owners, and new younger people were moving in. And how I knew this was a good thing is they were now going into the attics, or people were leaving stuff, or they were buying the homes, and people were leaving everything in the house. Maybe the people passed. Maybe the family they lived out of state and they didn't take everything. And so these people were selling everything and they didn't even always know what they had. They didn't know the value of some of the things they had. So that was my favorite place to go. I'll even be telling you some stories about some of that. So here are the thing. You want to get your route ready. If you have a neighborhood like that, great. If you don't know your neighborhoods, then here are a couple of things you could do. I am going to be putting together maybe a place to find your favorite garage sales. And if you're interested, just put a note in the comments section. Yes, I could use a video about how to find my favorite garage sales in my area. Or if you're new to your area and you don't know how to find it, just give me a prompt so I know you want it. This is going to be a communicative channel. So I need to hear from you so that I can give you what you want. So again, first thing is to research your sales. Sometimes there's local listings. Sometimes there's a community board. Sometimes it's just in your phone on Facebook or Craigslist. So you might want to check that, but be prepared before you drive away so that you don't spend every time you get somewhere that you have to go looking up the next one. And you might want to map it out. For me, if I'm in charge, I will sometimes route it. And if you're interested in knowing how to route your garage sale list and you want to know how you can just hit next, 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 and just keeps taking you to the next one through your mapping, then again, prompt me and I'll make one for you. If there's anything I'm talking about that isn't complete enough for you, don't be left in the dark. Let me know. I can't read your mind, but I can honor you if you do put some messages out there, okay? Remember, I'm a Girl Scout. I aim to make things easier and simplified and organized, and maybe my house should look like that too. But let's go there another time. All right, so the next thing you want to bring, and I think there's about 10 of them, but next thing you want to bring are some essential items. One, of course, cash, right? Some people will take Venmo now or some kind of cash or let you Zelle them. I've done that. Some people take credit cards, but you want to be prepared because, like, as far as I'm concerned, 90% of the people want cash. But there's a secret. So we have a bag that we carry that's a little Ziploc bag that keeps all our change in it. And then Matt, he collects all the change all week long whenever he goes to pay cash for something. And then we bring small bills. The secret is small bills. If you ever want to negotiate or make friends at a garage sale, make sure you're not handing out a 20 or a 50. You want to give them small bills to help them. All right. Maybe later on they might take the bigger bills, but when they first start out, it's like, oh God, you're kidding. To give you all of their change when they haven't even gotten a full load of people yet is kind of scary for them. And they can't leave to go get more change but you can. So go to the bank if you have to, or go to the supermarket. That'll give you change. Okay. Then you want to bring your smartphone. Most people do, but if you don't, think of it. Make sure you have a checklist. Maybe take some of this stuff. It's going to go in our book. Matt and I are writing a book about garage sale. It's going to be like a garage sale handbook. And you want to make sure that you have a checklist. We do it to each other. Do you have this? Do you have that? Some of our things will be funny things, and some of them will be crazy things. Some of the things are really important. So get your list together and make sure you have your phones, both of you, if there's more than one of you. And then there's also, you want to do quick research on that phone. So it's not really just to have a phone with you. It could be to find your garage sales, or it could be to look up the items. If you're an eBayer or a reseller, to look up the items to see what they go for before you make the purchase. Comfortable shoes. That's the next one. Are you going out? I usually wear flip-flops. I don't think they're the most comfortable shoes, but I live in Florida and flip-flops are the desired shoe that I want, right? But bring an extra pair if you're not sure. If you have new sneakers, bring your old sneakers just in case. Just make sure you're comfortable, because if you have to leave garage selling, especially if it's on one of those ripe days when you have a lot of them to see, or a multi-family one, make sure you have your shoes. And also weather appropriate clothing. Okay, so I live in Florida. You would think we're just always walking around in t-shirts and jeans, but like it's been really cold here for the winter. So we leave in the morning. Yesterday was 37 degrees. By the time we're home, it's 60 something. Just bring layers. We just throw a bunch of clothes in the back and have sweaters and layers and change of shoes. So you know your place better than I do, but think about it. Think Girl Scoutish, be prepared. I think that was the Boy Scouts, but I'm still going to adopt it that I'm always prepared. Believe me, I get criticized for that, especially when I go away for a weekend and oh my gosh, I bring way too much stuff, but I'm always happy. Okay, so now the next thing are reusable bags or baskets. Now you can check our store. We have a Garage Sale Junction store. You could look at our link down below, where I'm going to go over all of those items and why I chose them. And I'll be making videos so you can see it. But one of those items in there is a collapsible bag. Maybe when you're garage selling, you don't need a bag, right? So you just grab a couple of things and they give you a bag there. But if you're in multiple sales, which I hope for you, I hope you get multiple sale garage sales, right? And in those cases, you're going to need something that's sturdy, that you could put a lot of things in. So if you want, find some reusable bags or a sturdy basket to carry your newfound treasures in, okay? Next are snacks and hydration. Now, I have to say, I'm bad at this. I don't always do it. And Matt likes to go out to eat, so we'll break it up and then go out for lunch. But he has a blood sugar issue. I have to put some blood sugar pills, whatever, I don't know what they're called, sugar pills in the glove box so that he can at least take that. Because besides the fact that it's not good when his blood sugar is off, he gets really cranky. And I'm not about to be garage selling with a cranky person. So bring whatever you need if you have a blood sugar issue, or bring whatever you need if you like to snack and you don't want to stop. Because if you're in the momentum of garage selling, you might not want to go out. But there are so many places you could buy something quick. Yes, that's fine. But it's also good if you have a box of protein bars at home and you just throw them into a little cooler and keep a little ice pack in there so they don't melt. That's also a good thing too. And a reusable water bottle is fine. Matt carries a 42-ounce thing full of water enhancers, so he has like an orange one or a grape one he does, and I just bring water. But whatever it is. So that's another thing. What do? Do you bring your drinks? Do you bring your snacks, or do you just wing it? Some people just wing it. I guess it depends on your age too, because some people don't care. But you know what? I want to take that back, because when we were in our 30s and we first started garage selling, Matt and I, that's when, if you saw some of my other videos, is where we would go and get fresh bread and fresh cheeses and fresh dips that were made at the deli, and we would carry that with us. We always thought about having food in the car. I don't know why, because we're crazy. And plus, I was usually the driver. He's usually the person handing it to me and feeding me, and it was just wonderful. Now that we're a platonic couple, we're still best friends, and he still feeds me, right? So, okay, next thing would be, this is a good one. And because I go with Matt every week, it's very important. is a positive attitude. You know, when you're getting up early in the morning, if you're with somebody who's happy all the time, great. If you're with somebody who has to have coffee before they're good, that's still fine. But make sure that you make a commitment when you get into that car that you stay. This is going to be a couple of hours, sometimes 6 or 7 hours that you're going to be out in the garage selling, right? That's one of the reasons why we're saying all this, is because if you go on a trip north or south for 6 hours, I bet you would pack as much as you could because you're going to be far away from home. Well, you might only be in your neighborhood or a select area, maybe a 10-mile radius, but you're still going to be gone for hours. So you want to make sure that you prepare for it. And that's with your attitude too. Matt and I have this thing. If we start getting a little cranky with each other, sometimes, again, I tell him to take a sugar pill, but sometimes we say things that just aren't appropriate for a fun day out, right? So we have this new thing. If we say something that is inappropriate, that changes the energy, we open the window of the person who just said it. We have electric windows. So I just open the window, he knows what that means. We clear it all out. We come back and we just keep going back to home base, which is being very happy. All right. Positive attitude. All right. Also, this I just started just a couple of years ago after 30 years of garage selling. Do you ever come home and say, you know, I need this, or I need that, or I wish I remembered that we needed this? Well, Matt and I both have a couple of things we're looking for, and I look for 32 ounce. I'm a mason jar person, right? I have mason jars in every room for water or what I store stuff in it. And my favorite mason jar is a 32 ounce with a handle and a wide top. I had so many of them. Now I only have one. Can't find them on Amazon except for, maybe pretty ones. But I wanted just the plain mason jar with the wide mouth and the handle, 32 ounces. And when we find them, well, we don't find them often, he gets so excited, right? He'll never forget that one. He'll always remember it because he knows how much I want it. But what about things you forget, like the light bulb that you want to get that fits up in the oven and you don't know the size of it? Keep a list of what you're looking for and the sizes. I actually measured the opening of my back of my car, the width, the depth. I measured it all. So I have it all written down so that or if I want some shades for the window, I measure the shades. I bring the measurements with me. So keep this wish list in your phone or somewhere in the car on a note paper, but it's going to come in handy. So what we do before we leave, when we're getting together with all of our garage sale addresses, we also look at it. We go over that list. Sometimes we have to go over a few lists because one is we also have errands that we run on garage sale day. So, or we want to go to a big box store too. So we have a list of what we want to do in the day. We have a list of what we want to find in the day. And of course, then we have the addresses. I know you're probably thinking we're pretty nerdy, and yeah, maybe, but we also have a lot of fun and it's nice to know. So here's what happened just the other day. I didn't even know about it. Matt shows up at the garage sale. We're both going up and down, and all of a sudden he picks up a light bulb that's on a table, pulls out a light bulb from his pocket, matches it. He goes, wow, right? He was looking for that bulb that matched the hood over the stove, and it was a perfect fit, and he got it for $1, right? Over, I don't know how many dollars that does cost. And it was like, you get so excited because you did the work before you got there, instead of saying, oh, there's that light bulb for the stove, and I don't know what size it is. I don't know if it's right. But if you just either bring the bulb or bring whatever it is and you got it, it's the best feeling. It's just the best feeling. So try to do that too. So what else we have? Oh, if you're not going to keep that list in your phone, then definitely find these little notepads. I'm just looking to see where mine is. But just like a 4x6 notepad with lines on it, maybe one with a little jacket on it and a pen that fits in. I've got one of those in the influencer store. So if you want to go to my Amazon influencer store, there is a notepad for the buyers if you need to find that. So you can write things down, but not just for the things you want. When you get to a garage sale, some people say, you might want to say, will you take 50 for that? And they'll say, no, I just started the garage sale. I'm not going to go that low. But if you want to check with me later, call me later or tomorrow. That's where you want to put these people's numbers down so you have it to do it later. Or you might just want to write down their address because they say, if this doesn't work, just bring it back. But you can't remember where it is. So you keep that little notepad of everything you want to do. And same thing, you can put your items, right? Aren't these cool things to remember? Well, there's the Girl Scout in me, Girl Scout Fran. I don't know what my signal was, but I did go, I promise, mostly for camping. All right, what else we have? Business cards. You probably think, Fran, I don't have business cards. Well, I made Matt business cards, and I'll tell you what those were about in a second, but I have business cards. I am the founder of the Senior Tuber community, and I help people start and grow YouTube channels all over the world, right? So if you do something fun and you want to get it out there, that's what I do. So I hand out business cards to people who are actually doing these garage sales for a living. They used to have a brick and mortar, and now they're just doing it in front of their house because it's so expensive to have a building. And just anybody, if I meet some really incredible people who are doing really fun things, I give them my card. Now, Matt, on the other hand, is a whole nother story. I have fun business cards for him. Matt likes to fish, and he likes to golf, and he likes to do all these man kind of stuff. And we're friends now. We're not couple. I don't really do any of those things right now. I did when we were together. I did it when I was married to somebody else, but I don't do them anymore. And I'm tired of hearing that he has nobody to do it with, right? His boys don't live very close to him, so that doesn't happen often enough. So I make this little card that says, I'm looking for a fishing and a golfing partner. And my best friend made me this card so that I stop complaining about it, right? It's funnier than that. It's a long story. If you want to see a picture of it, I'll send it to you, or we'll put it in the comments. But I make him these little cards. So if he meets somebody, which I just made a video about yesterday, where he met a woman who's a widow, and she would love to go, she's golfing. She would like to golf with him. She's going away for a couple of months, but when she comes back, she's going to call him and go golfing with him. How perfect is that, right? So when I say bring a business card, it doesn't have to be a business like I am sharing with people. It could be something you want to give people to call you, whether you have something you like. If you sew, if you're a seamstress, say, here, I'm a seamstress. I just do it on my own. I don't belong to a company or something. Or you could just have your name and your phone number and give it out to people so that they can reach you for something that was just discussed at the garage sale. You never know. I know you're probably thinking, just write it down on a piece of paper. But how cute is it if you write it down or put it on a card, maybe with a picture or something fun or funny that represents you? It could be that. And it just costs a song and a dance. You could probably get them for under $20. You could probably get a couple of hundred of them, right? Oh, I don't know where I got it from. But yeah, there are a couple of places you can get them online for really cheap. All right. So next, and you probably already have this, and you might even want to have a bin in your car that has some of the things I'm mentioning. Like it could be your garage sale buying bin, right? Try to say that 5 times fast. And in that bin, in my bin, it has a hat, a garage sale hat in case it's too sunny, whatever. It's a straw hat. I actually have a couple, but this newer one is smaller, so it fits in the bin. And guess what? I almost never wear it. I forget all the time. But you'll probably see me put it on now because I'm a garage sailor and I have a YouTube channel, so I'm going to have to do this a little bit more often. But sunglasses and a hat could be very important on a sunny day. Or just if you wake up on a Saturday morning and your hair is not good, just go ahead and put the hat on, which is a good thing for me. I don't know if you're the type of person that dresses up for a garage sale or if you dress down, but I like to at least have makeup on, all right? Probably because I'm sparing everybody what I look like with an invisible face, right? My eyebrows disappear. My eyes look like they have no shape or form. So yeah, I do put a couple of things on. But it's nice to have the hat and the sunglasses. My glasses seem to turn sunglassy enough, but you might need to have real ones to protect your eyes. If you use sunscreen, I don't, but if you use sunscreen, you probably want to have that in your garage sale buyer bin, okay? All right, let's see. I have just a couple of other things I want to do. Remember, if you have anything I haven't said yet, I want you to put it in the comments section, okay? Breath mints. All right. How many times are you talking to people and you're up close and negotiating? You don't want to be negotiating with bad breath. And if you're running around, if you just had coffee and left the house, or if whatever reason, you just want to have a quick spray, keep it in my pockets are usually the most full, where it's got my phone, it's got a breath mint, might have a little tissue in there if I need it. So yeah, bring tissues. I didn't even have on the list. Maybe I should have left it for you to guess that one. But yeah, tissues would come in handy, or napkins or something like that. But breath mints, just get a spray one that's real quick. And this way, sometimes the garage sales are really crowded and you're up against people real close. And sometimes I walk away saying, oh, was I a little too close? And I feel bad that I might have been offensive. Now, I know we said to bring money, but bring your debit card. The reasons I'm saying bring your debit card are a couple. One, if you run out of money, you definitely want to go and get some more money. I've had that happen. So sometimes I've gone to a garage sale, noticed I had no more money, and had to give them like whatever I had, maybe $1 on me, and said, here, hold this, I'll be right back. But you definitely want to have a debit card so you have money at least at your disposal by going to a gas station or wherever you're going to go. But some people take a credit card, and if you like that better, then by all means, go ahead and do that. Some of them have a limit of at least a $20 purchase, which sort of gets you to buy other good stuff too. And last but not least, bring a friend. I garage sale by myself many times and had a blast. So I'm not saying you have to bring a friend, but if you go alone and you haven't brought a friend, try it. But please be selective, because you have to make sure you go at the same pace. Somebody that you enjoy being with for a few hours, somebody who's a positive person. So bring a friend or a companion that can make the experience a little bit more enjoyable and provide like a second opinion on potential buys. But here's another thing. Is there somebody that that doesn't get out of their house enough? Maybe a senior, maybe somebody who has a disability of some kind. We want to bring Matt's father, but he doesn't want to get out of the car when we go, but we want to bring him all the time. Try to see if there's somebody that you could share the experience with who would never have the opportunity to go. Maybe they don't drive. Maybe they're embarrassed because they would go too slow. I use a cane sometimes because I have a bad knee. So you know what? He walks slowly up the driveway. I hold his shoulder. He's always there to support me. And some of these places I couldn't get to because of the steep driveways. So who do you know that would probably love to go garage selling with you? If not only once, right? I'm going to be talking to you about taking my great nieces garage selling. That's going to be another story I'd love to share with you. But taking them to garage sales when they had never even heard of garage sales was probably one of the highlights of my garage selling career, right? Okay, so I have more to tell you, but they're going to go into other series about what products to bring in your garage sale buying experience. Also, garage sale selling. We're going to have 2 different series for you to look at, so be looking for them. But right now, I just wanted to give you this simple start so that you're prepared, okay? And also, if you have a lucky shirt, I should have told you that. A lucky shirt. Well, right now, this is my senior tuber shirt. This is what I wear for my other channel. But if you are a print on demand kind of person, you could print up, this is my favorite garage selling shirt. But guess what? We're going to be setting up a print on demand so that we're going to make t-shirts for garage sellers. And if you want one that says, this is my lucky garage selling shirt, or if you want a shirt that says something in particular and you'd like me to make it up for you, again, put that in the comments, because we need to know what you're looking for. But we have a couple of cute ones that are coming up anyway. And if you've seen a few of them in the post section of this channel, you'll see some of the ones we used when we went out at 36-degree weather with 2 cartoon garage sailors freezing to get to death. That was what we looked like. Okay, so this was fun making this. I'm going to love making all the others. There's so many things more I want to share to prepare you, or for you to prepare you for buying and then for selling. All right. Have a wonderful garage selling day, and I wish you the best deals ever. I'm Fran Asaro, founder of the Garage Sale Junction, and I'll see you at the garage sales. Bye-bye.